Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Samantha Izundu and today I have got some new stuff that I have been accumulating over time, and then I just picked up my Priceline order from online because I find it hard to get to Priceline now that my local has closed down. Anyway, and I wanted to make sure I could get everything that was new and exciting. So I got the goods, including this bad boy, the e.l.f. Halo Glow, the NYX Blurring Tint Foundation. I got a couple of lip products, so I don't know what I'm gonna pick, but I got the NYX Fat Oil in Mist Coal, and then the Maybelline Superstay Vinyl Ink in Red Hot. So I don't know if I'm gonna go a full bold red lip or a soft pink tint. I saw my friend at work wearing this yesterday and it looked incredible, so I'm very, very excited to try this. It's just like having seen it in person. I've got a couple of other things. I've got a tinted bronzer from Laura Mercier. I've got the Too Faced Born This Way concealer, the new one. I've also got the Rose Ink cream bronzer, and I've also got the Morphe 18 CT Matte Essentials, which I have used and I love. So before we get into it, please give this video a thumbs up. I would really appreciate the support. It really helps with the algorithm getting my videos out there. So if you do like me, if you like my videos, I would so much appreciate a thumbs up or a share with your friends. And let's just get stuck into it. I know that this video is going to take me forever to film because I've got to get all the stickies off. Okay, what are we going to start with? We're going to start with e.l.f. Obvi. I got the shade 2 Fair Light because I don't mind a little bit of a tint. Like, say I would wear this alone on a no makeup day. That's what I currently do with the Glowish skin tint. I love that one. I tend to wear that with a little bit of bronzy, bit of sunscreen, and then I'm out the door. So I like these kind of products for that. I don't really use them much as highlighters, but I think we will today because I don't have a highlighter, just to see what it looks like underneath and over the top of foundation. I've heard mixed reviews with the NYX, but being that I have oily skin, I'm hoping that I like it. Medium coverage matte blurred finish. Okay, so my Charlotte Tilbury, I have the shade 2, and I think it's lighter than this. Let me go get my Charlotte Tilbury. Let's do a quick comparison. I've also bought my Ulta 3 Luminizing Primer. This is very similar in tone, in color. It's just a little bit more of a primer in that it is in a squeezy tube and there's not really coverage. So let's do that one first. I've got the Maybelline Perfecta in Fair Light, which I really like that one. The Charlotte Tilbury in shade 2 Fair, which is kind of why I bought the number 2 in the e.l.f., thinking that it would be trying to dupe the Charlotte Tilbury number 2. And then here's the Halo Glow. So significantly darker than the rest. I did see that in even number 1, I'd already bought this by the time I saw it, even number 1 is quite dark. So up the top here we have the Ulta 3 Illuminizing Primer from Australia. Then here we have the Maybelline 4-in-1, the Charlotte Tilbury number 2, and then the e.l.f. number 2. So hopefully you can kind of see that. They feel similar in texture. It's just the color that is the clear difference at this stage. But I hope it shears out. It has that little pocket thing where some of the product goes in there. It's a very big doe foot. It's bigger than the Charlotte Tilbury. Like, this is upon application too dark for me. And I'm gonna get a Beauty Bay 102 stippling brush, which I find is good for these kinds of products. So once brushed out, it's not too bad. It is still too dark though. But I would wear that out just as is. I would just make sure it's blended. I think it looks nice. I feel like there's like zero coverage, whereas at least the Charlotte Tilbury, I feel like there's just something there. It's so ever so slight, but it's still something. I think it still looks nice. What do you think? Okay, so the NYX Bear With Me Blur Tinting Foundation. I got the shade Fair. It's number 2 Fair. So I didn't see a number 1 online, but that could just be a case of Australia not getting all the shades, which sometimes happens, but I don't actually know. It looks like it's going to be a good color. I'm going to use a brush because it's supposed to be matte blurred finish, and sometimes sponges don't do well. Oh, that is light. I never know what to do. Sometimes I'm the fair shade and then sometimes I'm not. Like the e.l.f. was fair light and it's too dark. This is light. This is fair and it's too fair. It's probably, it is kind of matching my neck, but I still think it's too light. It's applying well with the brush. See, when in here it looks darker. Can you see that? It looks darker than on my skin. It doesn't look bad, it's just the color's kind of putting me off a bit. I can see how this is not dry skin friendly though. I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt and let it sink in because it's getting a little patchy where I do get dryness. And I'm pretty good with exfoliation. I use retinol. Like I do try and keep that dead skin under control. It's finding dryness that I didn't even know I had, you know? Wow, I look so pale. So I think it looks good on my cheeks. Thought I might have been able to take a win for the oily skin gals, but I don't know if I can. And this shade is really not good. But I swear if I got the light, it would have been too dark. I know it would have. I'm kind of like that in between of fair and light. Anyway, let's move on. Let's go into concealer, the Too Faced Born This Way Ethereal Light Illuminating Smoothing Concealer. I got the shade Buttercup, and it's a good shade for me, but it's going to be too dark compared to this foundation. I have tried this before, and I can tell you I really like it. It's really, I would classify it a medium coverage. I love the original multi-sculpting concealer, the full coverage matte one. I loved that. Even when I had dry skin, I loved that. So I really wanted to give this a try. And it's just kind of like a really nice natural. I'd say it's got more coverage than like the LYS one. I feel like it's kind of on the same level as the Flower Beauty one-ish, I want to say. I'm going to use a sponge for this. I don't know. I feel like my complexion's not going to be very good today. But you can't win them all, can you? I'm going to look a little bit uneven. It's so funny, my under eyes look darker than the rest of my face. Oh my gosh, let me try and fix this. I think I'm going to have to go a little bit heavy with the concealer just to kind of counteract the ghostliness that I have. Because then I will put bronzer on and just try and even everything out, you know. I might use the brush, see how that goes. But yeah, I really like this concealer. I think it's got a little bit of illuminating pearls in it. Like a little bit. And I didn't bring a powder knowing that the NYX Blur Tint was going to be matte. I look weird. If you could see me in real life, you'd know that I look very weird. I probably look weird on the camera too, to be honest. I know I like the concealer, fortunately. Like that's not a first impression. It's actually made me look better than what I was. So this is really, really nice. I really like this. And then I've got 2 bronzers. I've used this before on my TikTok video. And this is the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer Bronzer. I have the shade 3 Sunbeam. And this is real pretty. But I don't think it's going to mix well with this formula. I think it's too thin and natural for this NYX Blur tint. So I think I'm going to use the rose ink. But if I remember, I will link the TikTok video that I did if you want to see me apply it. It's really nice, but I just don't think the formula is going to work well because it dries down. It's going to be patchy if it goes over powder. This is very much a dry skin friendly product. Where you need someone that doesn't really wear powders, this is nice because that's just fully dried down. So I think I'm going to use this just because I don't want to like ruin everything, you know, and I feel like that's going to happen. So this is the cream bronzer. The shade is Kawi. I think it's Kawi, like as in Hawaii. And I haven't used this. I got this gifted at work actually. I'm pretty excited. I've heard mixed reviews about this. I'm going to use a sponge on one side and then I might use this. I'm going to see how it is with the sponge on the other side. The things that I have from Rose Inc I love. I have bought the tinted serum. I love that. And I also have one of their lip crayons in the shade 16. It's like this wearable red color. Oh, it's so nice. This looks nice. Okay, so I've only got 2 things from them, but what I have I like. I've always wanted to get a cream blush because I've heard they're amazing. I think, is it Julia Adams loves the Rose Inc cream blushes. But there's always so much newness coming out that I don't prioritize that. But maybe one day I will get it. I know the shade that I want to get. It's like a real neutral tinted shade. It's really nice. This looks pretty. And I'm just using the sponge because it's working. And I think we're improving this complexion step by step, bit by bit. I was just so worried I was going to look so insanely pale. But I think we're on the mend. This just proves that makeup is not permanent and you can make it what you want it to be. You can make it work. So that looks nice. I wouldn't say it's like glowy, but it's also not natural. It's got a little bit of luminosity to it, but it's not like dewy. I actually don't really like really dewy bronzers because I know it's just going to slip around. I do like it when they dry down, which is why I love the Nars one that I cannot find. I still can't find it. I still can't find it. You know what? Let's pause, do my eyes, and then I can go pick a blush. That it's not going to be new, but that doesn't matter. All right, let's try this Morphe palette. I've used it once. I really like it. It comes with the sheet, but we're not going to keep that. I'm going to throw it out. This is the 18 CT Matte Essentials from Morphe. I love this color story so much. So all mattes, no shimmers. I could probably live without these kind of grayish blue tones, but everything else I absolutely love. So we're gonna get into it. I think I wanna use this one. I haven't used this shade. Let's just start with that. I never really have a plan. I just go with the flow. Maybe I'll do more of a smoky situation. And then I can get more of like a cool toned blush. I'm hoping to film, edit and upload this tonight. I think I should be able to because it's Saturday and I went to the post office to pick my stuff up today because it got delivered yesterday, but I went to the post office and then I don't get home in time. But fortunately, my post office opens till 12 on Saturdays because I wanted to film this today. Otherwise, I can't film again until next Wednesday. I've got to say, I'm quite impressed with this palette. I really like how much of a unique story this is. And that's kind of where I'm at now. I don't really need any more eyeshadow palettes. Like I almost didn't buy this, but I thought this is just such a palette I would be drawn to on a regular basis. And I think that's why I ended up getting it. I hope this stays. It's not a limited edition. This is a great staple palette. I might do this grey tone now that I'm there. I might even add a little black. That could be scandalous. And then I might do like a white center, use the actual white. Oh, this could be interesting. So I don't like planning my looks because I just want the palette to inspire me, you know, in the moment. Yeah, I think maybe just like a tiny bit of black could really make it pop. So there's like a charcoal and then a black. I think I'm gonna do the black. I'm just doing a tiny. I get really scared with black because it could be very hit and miss. Black eyeshadows and palettes. I feel like black is either the best ever or just horrible. I feel like there's no in between because they so easily go patchy. But then I watch like other YouTubers and they love black. I just like pretty much never use black. I don't know if we're going to be using the red lipstick today. I think that might be a little bit too much, and I'm sure you understand. But I will keep it for another video. If I'm doing like a really simple eye look, I will pop on the red. I've heard wonderful things about them, so I had to pick one up. And I was going to get like another neutral shade, but I was like, this... I have a lot of red liquid lips, but they're kind of old. So I was like, this could be my new fresh one, and maybe just maybe I'll let go of some of my old ones. I have a really hard time letting go of red lipstick though, just lipstick in general. We're going to take the actual white. I love the other bone colors, but I want to go black and white today, and we're going to put that in the middle. I've used this shade before and it really showed up well, so I am hopeful for this white. It's going to be good. It's going to be like a white ombre to grey to black. It's going to look cool. I'm feeling very Beetlejuice right now. That movie was so terrifying to me. Mum said I got like super upset watching Beetlejuice. I was also very much scared of anything scary. I'm a lot better now, but I still can't do movies like Saw, like Torture or Halloween or those kind of like cat and mouse. Can't do that. Like anything that involves torture is a big no for me. But if it's a thriller with a sprinkle of psychopathic stuff, I can handle it. But when it's just full on horror, there's just no way I'm gonna watch it. See how it looks grey? It's cool. And then I will get my original brush and just blendy. I'm just looking in my mirror here. Sorry, I'm not looking at you guys. I do apologize. Haven't added anything onto this. This is where I had the black. I'm just using the excess underneath. I certainly need powder. Everything's slipping around. So I might even go do that when I go get some blush. I will put on some black eyeliner, mascara, and I might just do a tiny bit of powder. I don't want to do much. I think from what I said in the beginning with this Blur Balm, you definitely need to give it time to settle because it's looking better now, but that could be because of the other products I've put on top of it to give it moisture. It doesn't look bad now. It doesn't look bad. My skin looks okay now. Yeah, I don't love it here. This is always a problem area for me. I feel like it's accentuating hair here. It's definitely something I will continue to use and play with, like with no primer, maybe a smoothing primer, maybe like a nice thick moisturizer beforehand. Kind of play with it because I feel like it's one of those products when you know how to use it, it will be good. But otherwise it's kind of finicky. Because it's honestly not the worst I've used, but I also know if I had dry skin, I would hate this. So what am I gonna do now? I'm gonna go off camera. I'm gonna do my brows. I'm gonna do eyeliner, mascara, and I'm gonna go pick a blush, okay? Let's do that. While I do my brows, I've been thinking that I'm gonna do a product updates video because I've recently acquired a few things that I think you guys would be interested to know how I've been using it and been enjoying it. So that video will be coming. I've got a lot of video ideas. I've still got the Q&A video that I posted on Instagram for your questions, and I did also in the community channel here on YouTube. But if you did miss that, shoot me a question down below. Ask me anything, and I'm going to be doing a Q&A get ready with me, which I've never done before actually. But yeah, I was gonna do a products video as well, product updates video, because I have thoughts and opinions. Like, you know how you have an opinion of something initially and then things change. This is one of them. My NYX brow glue, I've been using it a lot lately and I initially just didn't like it. So I think that I have a lot of opinions on things as I've been using it, like the Makeup Forever foundation powder. When I first used it, I thought it was I maybe added a bit too much. I made it cakey, so how have I been using that since? Like, how have I been making it work? Just kind of things like that. So I've also got a lot of full faces coming. I've had a few brands contact me and sent me stuff, but these were all brands I was going to do anyway. For example, the Kind Collective is coming, a full face of that. DB Cosmetics, you guys have been requesting that. That's coming. Full face of Kmart is coming. Actually, this week it's coming. So I've got a lot coming. I've got a lot of videos coming. It's just a matter of having time to film them and then edit them. I actually find it really hard to find time to edit. That's why I'm taking advantage of today to film, edit, and upload all in one, which I can do. It's not the most impossible thing. Okay, I did get a blush. Do I need more bronzer though? I bought a powder bronzer because sometimes when you wear smoky eye, it washes you out a bit. I have to put mascara on. I'm just going to be using the Bobbi Brown Smoky Eye Mascara because I've got a smoky eye, obviously. I haven't done a proper smoky eye in so long. I do love. I hope they come back. People don't really do them anymore. Like, I love makeup trends. I love the current makeup trend of, you know, super natural, glossy, no makeup. Like, I'm all for it. But you know what? Sometimes I just want to wear a lot of makeup and have just like a full-on smoky eye. I mean, I guess that goes with my rock shirt. Alright, let's go in with just a little bit of bronzer. I'm just using the Bare Minerals bronzer in Warmth. I think you can still get this. I don't think this is gone, but it's a nice neutral tone. I don't want to be anything too warm with this eye look. And then the blush I'm wearing is not something you can get anymore. Sorry, but I don't have a new blush. It's the Nars Claudette Blush Duo. It's just a really nice tone. I'm going to use this, maybe a touch of this. For this look, I thought it was a good shade, and it's really nice and natural. But I'm basically just getting something that's neutral, leaning, cool, because with something like this, blush like really stands out. So I don't want anything too crazy. Don't keep going or it's going to be too much. You know me and blush, it always gets a little bit heavy-handed. Now, with lips, I actually brought another lip that I still haven't used. And I actually think it's going to be the most suitable. Oh, no, this could work. It's pretty sheer. I'm going to put a little bit of lip liner on. It's just my Makeup Forever. I just do that lightly just to get some kind of definition. So I've got the Rare Beauty. This is just the 100 points. I don't know what it's called, but oh, it's on here. Stay Vulnerable Glossy Lip Balm in Nearly Neutral. I feel like that's going to be the nicest. It's not that glossy. Maybe we'll just put some of this over the top. So this is, I'm so excited for this. The NYX Fat Lip Drip Oil. I got this shade Mist Call. I thought it was pinker than this. The picture on the Priceline website looked like a more baby pinkish. Smells good. It's a weird doe foot though. You see that? It's very weirdly shaped. Ah, I like it. It's juicy. I can see myself this going into the handbag. My most frequently used always go into the handbag. And I feel like that's going to be making it in there. Overall, this I clearly need to use more. They're definitely not a match just because it's hidden under the matte. But I think it looked nice. I kind of should have gotten the shade number 1. Probably not going to buy another one. I don't need another one of these kinds of products. I do think it's really nice, but I will be 100% honest. I do prefer the Charlotte Tilbury. And just the way it makes your skin look. Like, I just feel like Charlotte Tilbury just gives you this beautiful luminosity, but also slightly even skin tone, whereas this just gave luminosity. I didn't feel like it had any like any coverage. But in saying that, it's a first impression. I'm gonna add this into foundation that's maybe too light. I'm going to use this as a highlighter, just as a foundation, like I'll wear it just out one day. So I am gonna continue playing with this. This will definitely be my next everyday makeup draw video, which will be in probably 3 weeks time. So keep an eye out for that. I really love this Too Faced concealer, the Ethereal Light, the shade Buttercup. I feel like I could afford to go a shade lighter, but I quite like this shade. I feel like because it's not full coverage and it's more like a medium, it blends really well into the foundation. So I really, really like this. I didn't use this, but I will keep it to use for another video along with the vinyl lip. So I will put these aside to use next time, because I do like to make sure I put pretty much everything that's new to me on camera, because that's what I do. The eyeshadow palette I really, really like. At the end of the day, it's a matte palette, but I love the tones and the colors. I could have even gone this really kind of like plummy route. Like, it's quite a versatile palette if you think about it. Like, we've got nice plummy navy shades, really neutral, and then a little bit cooler over here. It's such a nice palette. I think the standouts are these really light shades. They have really good pigment for a light shade. It doesn't disappear. So I really like that. And I really like this rose ink. This was really nice. I've heard mixed reviews about this, but I quite liked it. And I think it worked really well with a sponge. Obviously, I'd like to try it again with maybe a brush. But no, I really, really liked it. I think you could have seen as I applied it, it looked really nice on the skin. This is really nice. This is really nice. What do we have? Price off makeup. No, I'm not going to the shops. I don't need any more. I don't need any more. Just have this one and enjoy it. Was that it? I think that was it. I think that's everything. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Like I said before, if you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.